Outram Set 2024, question 2024 paper 2, right? It is given that 1 microgram is 10 to the power of negative 6 gram and 1 milligram is 10 to the power of negative 3 gram. If 1 milligram is equal to p microgram, find the integer value of t. So 1 milligram is 1 times 10 to the power of negative 3 gram as given by the question. Now I want to change it into 1 times 10 to the power of negative 6 gram. Okay, but it doesn't work that way, right? Because how do I change 10 to the power of negative 3 to 10 to the power of negative 6? So in between, what happened is that we actually introduce another 10 to the power of 3. Okay, so that the 10 to the power of 3 and 10 to the power of negative 6 will cancel off each other. So while maintaining 10 to the power of negative 3. Okay, so that will be equals to 1000 times 10 to the power of negative 6 gram. Answer. Okay, so P equals to 1000. The recommended daily amount of vitamin intake for adult men is 900 microgram. Okay, the amount of vitamin A in half a cup, right? Half a cup is about 0.573 milligrams. Man consumes 1 cup, right? Explain whether he met the daily requirement. So 0.573 milligram times 2. Okay, that is equals to 1.146 milligram. Now, to convert milligram into microgram, okay, the conversion in part A tells us that it's just a multiplication of 100. So that means that this is equals to 1146 microgram. Okay, so explain whether he met, okay, since 1146 is greater than 900. So therefore, man has met the daily recommended intake. Okay. B. A map has a scale of 1 is to 30,000. Okay. The distance on the map between town A and town B is 8.5 cm. Find the actual distance in km between town A and town B. All right. Now, so 1 cm is to 30,000 cm. Okay, how I start off the question is I'll write down in this manner, right? Put the units for both of them. So 1 cm is equals to, okay, take away 2 zeros, 300 meters. Then 1 cm is to 0.3 kilometers. Okay, this is out of habit. I always try to have a meter and a kilometer because I don't know what the question wants me to use yet. Okay, actually I do, right? Okay, because they say find the actual distance in kilometer. So 8.5 cm, I'll take 8.5 cm would be 0.3 times 8.5. So that will be 2.55 kilometers. Okay, on the same map, the actual area of a pond is 0.36 km squared. So we need to understand map scale is a similar object. When we transit from a map scale into an area scale, the scale has to change. Okay, since they are dealing in kilometer square, so I'm going to use the kilometer scale. 1 cm is 0.3 kilometer. That is the linear scale. That's the map scale. To change it into area scale, I just have to square it. So 1 cm squared is 0.09 km squared. Now 0.36 is a multiplier. I just need to times 4. Times 4. So that means 4 cm squared will be 0.36 km squared. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, that's 4 cm squared. Okay, part 3. The same pond has an area of 0.5625 cm squared on another map with a scale of 1 is to n. Find the value of n. Now, the area didn't change. The area is still going to be 0.36 kilometers squared, right? So that means the map 2 has an area scale of 0.5625 cm squared to represent the same 0.36 km squared. Okay, so convert into 1 cm squared, that will be 0.36 divided by 0.5625. That will be 0.64 km squared. Take the square roots on both sides, right? The left hand side would just be 1. Okay, because remember, this is our area scale. So now we want to go back into map scale. Okay, then we square root 1 cm squared is to square root 0.64 km squared. So we'll get 1 cm is to 0.8 km. Okay, now find the value of n without the unit. So go backwards, 1 cm is to 0.8. Okay, if you want to have a shortcut, so 0.8 times 100 times 1,000 or times 100,000 straight away is to 80,000. Okay, so n equals to 80,000 cm. Okay, but when we write here, we don't need to write the units. Okay, question 2. 2a is a literal free mark, right? 2xz equals to 4y minus z squared over 3z. Find y when x equals to 3 and z equals to negative 1. Okay, so 2xz, so 2, 3, negative 1 equals to 4y minus z squared, which is negative 1 squared over 3, negative 1. Okay, so on the left hand side, 2 times 3, 6, 6 times negative 1, negative 6 equals to 4y minus negative 1 squared is 1. Okay, so still minus 1 over negative 3. Cross multiply, negative 3 brings up, so multiply, we will have 4y minus 1 equals to 18. So 4y, negative 1, switch over, 18 plus 1, 19. Y equals to 19 divided by 4. EMF, let's leave it in mixed number, 4 whole 3 quarter. To express z in terms of x and y. Z, there are so many z's down here, and so we pay special attention to the z. Okay, so 2xz equals to 4y minus z squared over 3z. Okay, so the first step we'll do is to cross multiply this one times out. So times out, we'll have 6xz squared equals to 4y minus z squared. Bring the z squared to a side. So 6xz squared plus z squared equals to 4y. Factorize out the z squared, because we don't want to deal with double xz. Okay? So we'll get 6x plus 1 equals to 4y. Okay? Bring the 6x plus 1 over, z squared equals to 4y over 6x plus 1. Z equals to plus minus. Oh, square root 4y over 6x plus 1. Okay? I've seen a lot of students, okay, when they take the square root, they always forget to include the plus minus, and that is very important. Okay? B. Solve the inequality. 3 minus x is smaller than 7 minus 3x over 2, smaller than or equals to 6. Split this inequality. Okay, so we'll have 3 minus x smaller than 7 minus 3x over 2. Okay, cross multiply 6 minus 2x smaller than 7 minus 3x. Bring the x to one side, that will be 3x minus 2x, because negative 3 bring over becomes positive. 6 bring over 1, so x is smaller than 1. Okay, that's the left hand side. Now let's consider another side. 7 minus 3x over 2 must be less than or equals to 6. Cross multiply 7 minus 3x must be less than or equals to 12. 7 switch over, negative 3x must be less than or equals to 5. Divides by negative. The only type of inequality that we take note is when we divide by the negative x. The sign will flip. X must be greater than negative 5 over 3. Okay, so solve the inequality. When you write the answer, it must come along with the x. X must be greater than or equals to negative 5 over 3, but smaller than 1. And make sure that sign are correct. Okay, C. Solve the equation 2 over x plus 1 plus 5 over 2x minus 5 equals to 1. Okay, so what can we do down here? Right, is okay, for this kind of question, I like to be straightforward. Okay, so 2 over x plus 1 plus 5 over 2x minus 5 equals to 1. Okay, so multiply everything by the denominator. So denominator. All right, okay, 1 over 1, okay, you can write it as 1 out of 1. Okay, so the denominator of 1 doesn't really matter because everyone will have a denominator of 1. Okay, if it was a denominator of 2 or 3 or 5, then you think about it. Okay, that everything also needs to multiply by that denominator. In this case, it will just be 2 receiving the 2x minus 5, 5 receiving the x plus 1, and the 1 receiving both the x plus 1 and the 2x minus 5. Now, up to this stage, okay, you need to realize that this is actually a quadratic. So that means you need to solve using either factorization or use formula. Okay, I have just gone for formula straight. Okay, so expand in 4x minus 10 plus 5x plus 5 equals to 2x squared minus 5x plus 2x minus 5. Switch everything to one side. Now remember, it's not necessary to switch everything to the left hand side. Okay, I can switch it off to the right hand side. Why? Because the 2x squared is positive right now. Okay, so in my mind, right, 2x squared, okay, minus 5x plus 2x, so that's minus 3x. Okay, simplify. Okay, I simplify this part down here. Then I bring the 4x and the 5x, which is 9x. So that means there's a further negative 9x. Here, right now, this is negative 5. And then I bring a positive 5 over, and then I bring a negative 10 over. So negative 10 and positive 5 plus negative 5 bring over. The number actually got cancelled out. Okay, so then that means I will get equals to 0. That's all. So 2x squared minus 12x equals to 0. Factorize out the 2x, x minus 6 equals to 0. So in this situation, okay, it's either 2x equals to 0 or x minus 6 equals to 0. X must be 0 or x equals to 6. Okay. Okay, question 3. The diagram shows an open funnel consisting of a cylinder and a cone. The heights of the cylinder and the cone are both 1.5 h, okay, height, cm each, and the radius of both the cylinder and the cone is 0.8 h. Show that the curved surface area of the cone is 1.36 pi h squared, right? This one, right? Because this is 0.8. Okay, now, right? To find the curved surface area, okay, curved surface area of the cone is given. The formula is pi r l, where l is the slanted length. Okay, this is the l. All right. So in order to get the slanted l, I will need to use Pythagoras, right? So Pythagoras would be 0. Okay, L is equals to square root 0.8 square plus 1.5 square. Okay, so that will give me 0.8 square plus 1.5 square, 1.7. Okay, so 1.7, okay, L is 1.7. The surface area is pi r L, so that means that will be pi times 0.8 h times 1.7. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, you're supposed to be 0.8 h squared. Okay, sorry, right? Okay, this is supposed to be 0.8 h squared plus 1.5 h squared. So the answer will be 1.7 h squared. Okay, 1.7 h. Okay, so 1.7 h. Okay, this is h. Oh, so we'll get 0.8 times 1.7, 1.36 pi h squared. Answer, sure. Okay, given that the total surface area of the funnel is 1504 pi centimeter squared, find the value of h. Okay, so total surface area is the curved surface area of the cone, the 1.36 pi squared that we have found, plus the base. Okay, oh, sorry, this is an open funnel, so there is no base, okay, not included. Okay, it's important to always read the question. Now, that means you're only left with the curve. Now, remember, the curve of a cylinder is actually area of a rectangle that is opened up, right? Okay, and the length of the rectangle will be the circumference of the circle. Okay, so we'll have total surface area is equals to 1.36 pi h squared plus 2 pi 0.8 h times 1.5. Okay, so getting that, you will have plus 2 times 0.8 times 1.5 and 3.76 in total, right? 3.76 pi h squared. Okay, now when the question phrased in such a way, okay, what I expect is that the h should be a nice number. Okay, but I'm wrong. Okay, but the way that the question is phrased, okay, it looks like the h is going to be a nice number. So 3.76 pi h squared is equals to 1504 pi, right? So take away the pi, okay, and then we divide the 3.76. So 1504 divided by 3.76, okay, we actually get 400. Okay, so h equals to square root of 400, which is equals to 20. Now I don't need a plus minus for this because height can't be active. So height equals to 20 cm. Okay. A glass rod is placed in the funnel so that one end of the glass rod rests on the edge of the funnel as shown. When the glass rod is placed vertically from the top of the funnel, a part of the glass rod protrudes from the top of the funnel. Calculate this length of the part of the glass rod that is outside the funnel. Okay, so let's see, right? This part down here, okay, we can use Pythagoras. This is going to be 3h, which is actually equals to 60 cm. This is 0.8h, so 0.8 times 20, that is 16 cm. Okay, so what is the length of this glass rod, right? So glass rod is equals to square root of 60 square plus 16 square. Okay, that will be 62.096. Okay, cm, can give it by SF. Okay, calculate the length. So 62.096 minus 62.096. Let's round off to 3SF. That will be 2.10 cm. Okay. Okay. Water is poured into the funnel at a constant rate and it takes 16 seconds to fill the funnel completely. Sketch the change in the height of the water level with respect to time, showing all critical values accurately, clearly. Right. So at the end, the first value is that at the end of 16 seconds, we must fill up the whole height. Okay, that is common sense. Now, then we compare both the volumes. Okay, so the volume of the cone versus the volume of the cylinder. Okay, now if you look at the formula itself, right? Okay, so let's look at the formula. Volume of cone is equals to 1/3 pi r square h. Volume of cylinder is equals to pi r square h. The r and the h are the same. Okay, so which means that they will take a total of 4/3 pi r square h. Okay, so 4 units of time. So that is very good because 16 seconds can divide by 4, which means that each unit of pi r square and 1/3 pi r square h is going to take 4 seconds. Okay, of course, your teacher doesn't need to see this, okay? So when I present this, okay, I just make it a little bit obnoxious, right? Okay, so 1/3 pi r square h is 4 seconds. 4 seconds, it will reach a height of 30 cm. Okay, right? So we have our curve. Now, when water is poured, when water is poured in, right, it will take up this. This is easy, right? This is fast. Fast to fill up, and then it starts to slow down. Then over here, it will be constant. All right. So that means that from this 30 cm to 60 cm is going to be a straight line, while from the 0 to the 4 is going to be a slowing down curve. So this. Okay. Okay. Question 4, right? Now, disclaimer first, okay, my graph might not be accurate because it's pretty hard to draw on a pen, right? Okay. The cost $1 of making a round plate of radius x cm is given by the formula y equals to ax squared plus 210 over x, where a is a constant. Given that x equals to 2, y equals to 107, show that a equals to half. Okay, this one should be okay, right? So y07 is equals to a multiplied by 2 squared plus 210 divided by 2. Okay, so that means we'll have 107 equals to 4a plus 105. Bring the 105 over. 4a equals to 2, a equals to half. Sure. Okay. Table below shows some of the corresponding values of x and y. Find p. Okay, so p is when when x equals to 12. So y equals to half times 12 squared plus 210 divided by 12 equals to half times 12 squared plus 210 divided by 12 equals to 89.5 cm. Okay, so not even $89.5. Right. Okay, so p equals to 89.5. Okay. On the grid, draw the graph of y equals to ax squared plus 10 over x. For x more than equals to 2, less than equals to 12. And use your result. Okay, using your graph, find the radius which is the minimum cost, the range where the cost is below $70. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, let's draw the graph first. Okay, with one discussion, not very friendly. Okay, so what I've observed in a lot of papers is that they start to give the scale, but this question didn't. Okay, but anyways, since we're not accounting for negative values, all right, so we can do this. Okay, x-axis starts from 2, 4. Okay, so let me read the scale again. It's supposed to be, oh, they didn't give the scale, right? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so then y-axis, right, we have the lowest at 50 something and the highest at 107. So it makes sense if I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Right? So 10 cannot work, so maybe you try 20. 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. Okay? 120. So then we'll have, okay, so what I like to do is, okay, count the box. 10 box for 2. So 1 box is 0.2. Okay? 10 box. Okay, oh, we're supposed to be 0. Okay, here will be, on here, there will be 10 box for 20. So 1 box is 2. Okay, so now 2 and 107. So 100. Okay, so maybe a little bit. Okay, 100, 102, 104, 106, 107 will be somewhere here. Okay, 4 and 60.5. 60.5 will be somewhere here, right? Okay, okay, 60. Okay, 6 and 53. 53, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, half. Okay, then 8 is 58.3. Okay, it's going to be a tricky one. Okay, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I'm just going to look directly on 58. Okay, then we'll have 10 and 71. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 71. And 12 and what was the 12 value? 89.5. Okay, so I'll put it at 90. Okay, 90, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, right? So the curve would look right, something like this. Okay, right, something like this. Okay, what's the question again? Okay, using a graph, find the radius which gives the minimum cost. Okay, so minimum cost, okay, I can look from my data as well, right? Okay, so 53, okay, over here, okay, 60.5, it was still going down, but here it's going up. So that means the range of the minimum value, right, should be somewhere between 6 and, okay, somewhere between 6, right, maybe, right? So look at it, okay, so if I look at it, this feels like the turning portion, so maybe somewhere over here it got a little bit lower, right? Okay, so maybe like 6, each was 0.2, so maybe like a 6.4, right? Okay, see, right? Okay, actually, right? Okay, it's very hard to say, so I'll probably just put 6, right? As the minimum one. Oh, because over here is going up. Okay, so yeah. Okay, find the radius which gives the minimum cost. Okay, 6 cm. Now, if you are a math student, okay, to find the minimum point, you can actually take dy dx, okay, and set dy dx equals to 0. Okay, however, if you are a math student, then okay, now the range of values of, I mean, this is just for okay, for you to ensure yourself that your answer is accurate in sort of way. Okay. Now, the range of values of x such that the cost is below $70. Okay. So below $70, okay, what will I do? At the 2, 4, 6, 8, at the $70 mark, I will draw one line. Okay. So this is the range of values of x such that the cost is below $70. Right. Okay. If you look at this down here, right? Okay. This portion down here is where the cost is below the $70. Okay. The values of x such that the cost is below $70. Okay. Now, of course, you don't need to shade it. Okay. You just need to give me the range. Okay. So from the range, it looks like 3.1, 3.3, 3.2, 3.4, 3.6, 3.6, right? 3.6 to 9.8. Okay. So we'll have 3.6, 9.8. Now, of course, right? Okay, my graph is not the best graph. Okay, at the moment. No? Now, let's see. On the same grid in part B, draw the line 6y equals to 525x plus 180. Okay. On the same grid, okay, draw the line. Now, when you want to draw a line, you need to have table. All right. So to get the table, okay, you need to create the table yourself. Okay. So the equation is supposed to be 6y equals to 25x plus 180. 25x plus 180. 25x. Okay. So right, let's see. Okay. So to create this table, okay, so let's just draw a table. Okay, I mean, can you draw it better than I do? Okay, so let's say this is x and 1. Okay, so the first value I'll get is probably x equals to 0. So 6y equals to 180. 180 divided by 6, y equals to 30. Okay, next value I'll get will probably be a multiple of 3, right? So when say x equals to 3, and what happens? 25 times 3 plus 180, and then divide by 6. Okay, actually, sorry, I should not have used 3, I should have used 6. Okay, 6 is more definite. 25 times 6 plus 180, then divide by 6. Okay, so that will be 55. Next value, I choose 12. 25 times 12 plus 180 divided by 6. That will be 80. Okay, so I'll have 3 points, okay, that I can mark. 12 and 80 is a very easy point to mark. Okay, 0 and 30 is also quite easy to mark. Okay, so in between 6 and 25 are 55. Let's get that, right? And so 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, right? So somewhere over here. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, okay, visit by so then we'll have the straight line graph, okay, down here. So when they ask for straight line graph, they probably look for intersection, right? Write down the x coordinates of the point where the line intersect the curve. Okay, so this would be roughly around 10, and intersect the curve, this is roughly 5.8. Okay, and so we'll have 5.8, and what was the other one? 10.2. Okay. Now, these values of x are the solutions of the equation x cubed plus ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Find the values of a, b, and c. Okay. So now line intersect curve, right? So what do? We just equate both of them. Okay. So y equals to half x squared plus 210 over x. Okay. And then we have what 6y equals to 25x plus 180. Now, to make things convenient, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply this by 6. Okay, so that I'll get 3x squared, I'll get 6y equals to 3x squared plus 210 by 6, so that is 1260 over x. Okay, now, so that I can equate both of them, so I'll get 3x squared plus 1260x divided by, it's like 1260 over x equals to 25x plus 180. Right? So multiply everything by x, 3x cubed plus 1260 equals to 25x squared plus 180x. Okay, now bring everything over to the side, 3x cubed plus or minus 25x squared minus 180x plus 1260 equals to 0. Because here they want the function to equals to 0. Now dividing by 3, x cubed minus 25 over 3 x squared minus 60x plus 420 equals to 0. Okay, so a equals to 25 over 3, b equals to negative 60, c equals to 420. Okay. Question 5. The circle BCDE has a center O. AB and AC are tangents to the circle. Right? Tangents to the circle is important to mark that these two lines are equal as well. COE is a straight line. Okay, angle CED equals to 60 degrees. All right. Prove, stating your reason clearly, that triangle BCD is equilateral. Okay, so what do we have? All right. So we put it. Okay. So now we have. Okay, I know that this is a radius. Wait. Okay, I put a triple line to show that they are the same. Okay, then 60 degree, right? So this is 90 degree. Okay, and then this is 30 degree. Okay, and we'll have these two lines are equal. What's the purpose of telling me that they are equal? Let's see. DF equals to FB. Okay, so we have a double angle. Okay, so we have CE, right, bisect over here. Okay, so this gives me 90 degree. Okay, so then we can look at the triangle, right, over here. Since this is 90, this is 30, this must be 60 degree. Okay, so okay, and because this line is equal, this line is common angle, so this CFD and CFB are congruent. So that means that this must be 60 degree as well. Okay, so 90, 60, so this is 30. Okay, so yes, it is equilateral. Okay, so now time to write the proof. Okay, so well, okay, a lot of things to start off with. Okay, there might be a better way, okay, maybe somewhere, right? But let's see. All right. Okay, so first angle CED equals to 90 degree cos angle in semicircle. All right. Okay, and then we'll have what was it? Okay, then angle DCE equals to 90 minus 60 equals to 30. This is because of angles in triangle. All right. Then we have OE, right, bisect DB, or OE bisect DB. OE is perpendicular. Okay, all right, OE bisect BD. Okay, therefore triangle, or rather, yeah, angle CFE equal angle CFB equals to 90. Okay, then we'll have angle CDB equals to 180 minus 90 minus 30 again, so equals to 60. And then since CF, okay, CF triangle, CFD is congruent to triangle CFB, okay, by SAS, or therefore angle CBF is also equals to 90. Okay, find angle BAC. BAC, okay, since this is a tangent, right, OB is a tangent, so this is 90, so which means that this part must be 30, so that means that okay, this part down here is, wait, sorry, this part down here is supposed to be 60. Oh, sorry, 60. So that means here is supposed to be 60 as well. So therefore, BAC will be 60. Okay. Now find the BAC is 60. And B. The first three terms in the sequence of number are given below. Half times 2 times 3 equals 3. Term 2, half times 3 times 4 equals 6. Term 3, half times 4 times 5 equals 10. So what is consistent in this pattern? T1, T1, T2, T3, right? The patterns is increasing. But what is being constant is the half. So that means my Tn, okay, so I'm going to think about Tn first. My Tn will have the half, because the half is always there at the pattern. Now consider the number 2 and 3. Okay, so term 1 is 2 and 3. Term 2 is 3 and 4. Term 3 is 4 and 5. So that means the multiplier down here is leading the term by n plus 1, n plus 2. Okay, now let's see, the in, does it match? Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, 3 plus 1 is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5. So you see the pattern follows. So I actually got my Tn already. Okay, so find T7 using the idea. T7 will be equals to half times 7 plus 1, 7 plus 2. Okay, so that will be half times 8 times 9. So answer 36. Okay, 351 is a term in the sequence. Find the value of n. So that means half times n plus 1, n plus 2 equals to 351. Okay, bring the half over. N plus 1 times n plus 2 equals to 351 times 2. So that's 702. Okay, now we can solve quadratic down here. Pretty simple. N squared plus 3n plus 2 equals to 702. Bring the 702 over n squared plus 3n minus 700 equals to 0. Okay, so then that will be, then just need calculator. Okay, the number is too big, and you don't feel like thinking. Oh, so 1, 3, negative 700. Okay, negative 28 and 25. So n plus 28, n minus 25 equals to 0. N equal 25, n equal negative 28, reject. Question 6. The position vectors of point P is negative 3 and 4. Okay, so when you read this sentence, okay, position vectors, right, also means that P has a coordinate of negative 3 and 4. Okay, position vector of Q is 2 and n. So that means Q is 2 and n, as well as OP equals to negative 3 and 4. OQ equals to 2 and n. Okay, that is position vectors. And what it means, when n is lesser than 0, PQ equals to 13 units, find n. PQ, right? So PQ would be PO plus OQ. Okay, so PQ equals to, so PO would be the opposite of OP. So that means it will be 3, negative 4 plus OQ, which is 2 and n. Okay, so we have 5 and n minus 4. Okay, now since this sign down here means the magnitude or the length, right? Length is equals to square root of 5 square plus m minus 4 square. And it is going to be equals to 13. Okay, so m minus 4 square plus 25 is equals to, sorry, 13, equals to 13. Sorry, equals to 13, sorry. Okay, equals to 13 square. All right, so m minus 4 square equals to 13 square. 13 square minus 25. Okay, 144. So m minus 4 equals to plus minus square root 144. M equals to 4 plus 12 or 4 minus 12, which is 16 or negative 8. But since they say that n is lesser than 0, m equals to negative. QP equals to 2PR. Find the coordinates of R. Okay, QP is equals to okay, since we already solved for M, right? So QP is negative 5 and negative 12, 12, right? Okay, equals to 2PR. Okay, so that means PR is equals to half of QP, okay, which is negative 5 over 2 and 6. Now, to find the coordinates of R, okay, in vector sense, it means to find OR. So OR is equals to OP plus PR. Okay, OP is negative 3 and 4. Okay, and PR is negative 5 over 2 and 6. So we'll get negative 11 over 2 and 10. Okay, so R is the coordinate negative 11 over 2 and 10. So B. The coordinates of B and C are 5, 7, and 5, negative 2, respectively. So over here, okay, we actually have a hint. This is a vertical line, okay? And this is 9 units in total. Lines AB and AC intersect the y-axis at P and Q, respectively. The gradient of AB is 2/3. Find the equation of the line AB. Okay, so AB has a gradient of 2/3. Now, this one is easy. Why? Because we have a pair of coordinate and the gradient. Okay, so y equals to mx plus c. Okay, so 7 equals to 2/3, 5 plus c. Okay, bring it, solve for c, 7 minus 2/3 times 5. Right, so that would be 11 over 3. Okay, so therefore the equation is y equals to 2/3 x plus 11 over 3. Okay, the coordinates of A is 1. Find the area of triangle ABC. Okay, explain why triangle APQ and triangle ABC are similar. Find the area of triangle ABC. Okay, so they tell me that the y coordinate, so this is x and y. Okay, so how does that help? ABC, half time base times x. Oh, okay, because we have the equation, okay, when y equals to 1, okay, so 1 equals to 2/3 x plus 11 out of 3. Okay, so switch the, so that means 2/3 x is equals to 1 minus 11 out of 3, 1 minus 11 out of 3. So we get negative 8 out of 3. So that means x equals to negative 4, which makes sense, right? So this is negative 4. So that means that this is 9 units. Okay, this is useful already. Okay, and this is also negative 4 to 5. Okay, this is also 9 units. So the area of triangle would then be half times 9 times 9. So that would be 40.5 square units. Okay, explain why triangle APQ and ABC are similar. APQ and ABC. Okay, so this one is fairly simple because APQ is this vertical line, and vertical line would mean that it is parallel. Okay, so parallel APQ, okay, will have two things, right? First is corresponding angle, second will be common angle. Therefore, similar by AE. Okay, so we can say PQ is parallel to what's that? BC. Okay, PQ is parallel to BC. Therefore, angle APQ equals to angle ABC, cos corresponding angle. Then angle PAQ equals to angle BAC, okay, cos common angle. Therefore, similar by AE. Okay. Okay. Box and whisker plot below shows the result of a science test for Class A. The median mark of Class A is 66, interquartile range is 31. 65 of the students got 80 marks or better. This is also the 75 percentile. Okay. On the diagram below, label the marks for the lower quartile, upper quartile, and the median. Okay. So median is 66, so this is median. Interquartile range is 31. Okay. It's got 80 or better. This is 80. Okay. This is also a 75 percentile, so this is 80 marks. Right. Okay. Since the interquartile is 81, so 80 minus 31, so that's 49. So lower quartile is 49. Okay. Right. Okay. So that's all. Look at the number of students who did the science test. Okay. Since the median is no, sorry, since the 75 percentile is 65 students, so very good number, right? 60, oh, okay, 65 of the students, so that means this is a 25%. Oh, so 65 times 4 equals to, right, 260. The median mark for the science test for class B is 63. Interquartile range is 30. Make two comments. Okay, use figures to support your answer. Okay, so okay, class A has a higher median than B. Okay, right, because class A, okay, median, uh, class A has a median of 66, which is higher than class B's median of 63. Okay, now the class B is slightly more consistent than class A as the interquartile range is smaller. Okay. The table shows the mass distributions of ADX collected from the farm. Calculate the mean and standard deviation. So this one can just leave it to a calculator to do the job. Okay, so mode, stats, okay, data, right? So okay, we'll have 25 and 35, so in between is 30. Okay, And then we have 40, 50, 60. Okay, then let's get down. There we go. Okay, then frequency is 6, okay, 12, 30, 32. Okay, X bar equals to 51. Sigma right is 9.165. Okay, so 9.1737. Okay, 2x were chosen at random without replacement. Find the probability that both it weighs at most 45 grams. Okay, so wait, what? This is supposed to be gram. Okay, okay, the units is a little bit error. Okay, both weighs at least at most 45. So you don't want it to exceed 45. So you have 18 out of 80 multiplied by 17 out of 70. Okay, so you get 153 over 3160. One of the eggs weigh less than 35, another weighs more than 55. Less than 35, there's only 6 options. So 6 out of 80 multiplied by the other is more than 55. So more than 55 is 32 out of 79. Okay, but they didn't specify the order, so that means it can go both ways. So multiply by 2. Okay, 6 over 80 multiplied by 32 over 70. Okay, and whole thing multiplied by 2. So 24 over 395. Okay, OABC is a right pyramid with vertex O vertically above the base and equilateral triangle ABC. Small similar triangle is removed from the top of the pyramid OABC, so this is about similar triangle definitely, right? BC is equals to 8, okay, since the base is equilateral, so everything here is 8. Alright, OMP equals to 20, so there's a height where line OMP is a straight line perpendicular to the base. Show that the volume is 185. Okay, so volume of pyramid, the formula, okay, is similar to volume of cone. Volume of pyramid, okay, is equals to 1/3 times base area times height. Now the base area down here is a right angle, is an equilateral triangle. Okay, so 1/3 times half times 8 squared sine 60 degree times 20. Oh, now, because I'm using half AD sine C, and since all the angles are 60 degree, it doesn't matter which side, right? The two sides are the same, 8 cm, and the angle is only 60 degree. So I can just do this. All right. So E calculator 1/3 times half times 8 squared times sine 60 times oops. Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry. Okay. 1/3 times half times 8 squared times sine 60 times 20. Okay. 184.75, okay, which is 185 centimeter cube. Sorry. Okay. Now, given that the volume of the pyramid OGFH, the small one, is 39.96 centimeter cube, find the value of area of triangle FGH over area of triangle BAC. FGH over FGH. FGH over BAC. Okay, small triangle over big triangle. Okay, so this one should be pretty okay. So first, okay, what do we have? We have V1, V2. Okay, the volume is given to us. This one is 39.96. Since they use 2 decimal place, I'm going to use 2 decimal place as well. So that will be 184.75. Okay, and what I'm going to do is since V1, V2, right, I'm going to cube root it. Okay, so cube root of 39.96 against 184.75. Okay, so that will be about 0.600. Okay, so then 0.600 as a fraction, okay, so we can log off to be something like 3/5. Okay, so that means the area of triangle will be A1, A2 will be equals to 3/5 squared, so 9 out of 16. Okay, all right, or 9 over 16. Okay, the remaining vertical height of the solid MP is 8. Calculate the area of the top FGH of the remaining solid. Wait, the remaining vertical height NP is 8. This is 8. Calculate the area of the top of the remaining solid. Okay, so you want to calculate this area, which is equilateral triangle, so not that tough, right? Okay, so similar triangle, since this is 3:5, so that means small triangle is 3, whole triangle is 5, right? So that means this must be 2 units. So 2U equals to 8, 2 units equals to 8 cm, 1U equals to 4 cm. Okay, and then we have the top of the height, which would be, okay, wait, am I doing this right? Why do I need the height for? What am I finding? Area of the top FGH. Let's see, there's FGH. Oh, FGH, actually, do I need that? I don't need that, right? Sorry. Oh, so this similar triangle is 3/5, so that means we'll have 3/5 times 8. So 3/5 times 8 will have 4. So the area should be equals to half times 4.8 times 4.8 sine 60. Right. Half times 4.8 squared times sine 60. Okay. 9.98 centimeters squared. Okay. Okay. A group of students plans to sell all day breakfast set during the school carnival in order to raise funds for a charity. Each breakfast set consists of 2 scrambled eggs, okay, 2 slices of bread, 1 sausage, 1 slice of chicken ham, and a cup of coffee. Okay, the student estimates they will sell 300 all day breakfast set. Okay, the cost of the ingredient are as follow. Okay, since eggs, right, we need 600 eggs, 2 slices of bread, so we need 600 bread. We'll need 300 sausages, 300 ham, and 300 coffee. Okay, Moving on first, find the lowest possible cost. Okay, so given the choice above, we want to find out which one is the cheapest. Okay, so the school provided $200 in funding, and $200 in funding for the students and has set two criteria which every class must meet. Up to 40% will be used to cover the expense, remaining goes to charity. Students must raise at least $600 for charity. Okay, find the minimum price they must charge for each breakfast set so that this group of students meets both criteria. All right, okay, so this is 5 marks, total 10 marks. Whoa, okay, so let's take a look. The first one should be easy, okay, but a bit tedious. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, in exam, right, you all will have more space and more better way to present. All right, so for now, I'll just lay cheap. Okay, so now go according to the table, right? Okay, so starting from each individual one. Okay, looking at the eggs, 10 per pack, 30 per pack, 15 per pack, right? We have to consider which one to buy. Okay, so then we'll make a choice, right? So over here to get 600 eggs, so 10 per pack, 30 per pack, 15 per pack means we need to buy 60 of this, 20 of this, or this is 40 of this, right? So then we'll look at the price, right? So just make a quick calculation. 270 times, okay, I mean, okay, you're supposed to write down the working itself, huh? Okay, so for me, I just skip the steps. Okay, 270 times 60 is equals to 162. Okay, 690 times 20 is 138. Okay, this one multiplied by 40, okay, we'll lose, right? This one will be 182. Okay, so that means over here, X will choose this set. Okay, and our total cost is 138. Okay, now bread, 14 slice, right? If we buy 14 slice, we need to buy 43 cents. Okay, so 270 times 43. If we buy 12 slice, we need to buy 50 cents. So 270 times 43, we'll get 116.1. 250 times 50, we'll get 125. Okay, so for the bread, we'll choose this bread. All right, now chicken frank 10 per pack, share sausage 6 per pack, but 35 cents off per 2 pack. Okay, so if we buy per 2 pack, then 12. Okay, so 12, okay, although this is 1 for 320. Okay, but if we buy 12, 6 for 320, sorry, but if we buy 12, 12 would be for 320 times 2 minus 0.35. Okay, so 605. Okay, now luckily for us, I think okay, we can divide by 12, right? So that means this one times 25. Okay, times 6.5. Okay, that will be 151.25. The other one will be 5.25 times 30. Right, so times 30 equals to, plus 1 times 30 will be equals to 157.5. So that means okay, well, the offer will be okay. So our total cost is 151.25. Okay, so then they can 10 per pack, 20% off per 3 pack. Okay, so let's see, right? If we were to take the discount, 4.35 times 0.8 per pack will be 348, which is still higher than 330. So that means even with the discount, this is going to be more expensive. Okay, so I can just take 3.48 multiply, but since they're both 10 per pack, I just got 60. Okay, so this will cost me, am I right? No, sorry, times 30. Okay, so this will be times 30 times 0.8. So that will give me 104.4. This one will just multiply by 30. So we'll have 3.3 times 30, that's 99. Okay, now coffee, right? 35 per pack, buy 5, get 1 free. Okay, so if we get 35 per pack and we need 300 in total, so 300 divided by 35 is not a nice number, we get 8.57. That means over here for coffee, this one I need to buy 9. Okay, in total. Sorry, I need to get 9, right? So that means I buy 5, I get 6, I still need to buy 3 more. So buy 5 plus 3, so I need a total of 8. So 615 times 8. I need to spend 49.2 down here. Now, otherwise I can have 12 down here times 12. 395 times 12. Okay, 47.4. So that means I will also choose this. Okay, so the total cost, right? I find the lowest possible cost. Okay, lowest cost equals to 138 plus 116.1 plus 151.25 plus 47.4. Okay, there is I think 1, 2. Oh, sorry, I missed out the head plus 9 plus 9. Okay, so this one is for the highlights. Okay, so total cost is 551.75. This is cost. Okay, now the school provides $200 in funding. Okay, and has set 2 criteria which every class must meet. So our total cost, okay, is 551.75. But school sponsor $200. Okay, so that means we need to get back 351.75. Okay, either this is 40% of our sales. Okay, or the student must raise at least $600. Okay, so either my 40%, okay, is going to be equals to 351.75, or my 60% must be $600. Okay, right? Because either one, right, I must hit both criteria. Okay. Now, if I were to hit 40% as 351.75, okay, so that means I need to earn 100%. So that will be 351.75 divided by 0.4. Okay, so that means I need to sell it at, I need to collect back 100%. I need to collect back $879.38. Okay, or here, right, 100% would be $1,000. Okay, right. So find the minimum price. Okay, so since the inequality, right, there's an inequality down here, is that okay? Situation A says that okay, to hit this, okay, I need to collect okay, I need to sell, I need to collect in total 879.3, so that my 40% can cover my cost. Okay, or I'll need to sell at 1,000. I need to collect $1,000 so that I can keep 600 for charity. So this will be our criteria to keep Okay, because this one doesn't hit our second criteria. If we do this, right, 60%, okay, will not be, yeah, I know that's check. Okay, if I take 60% of 879.38, it is not going to be, I'm not going to hit $600. Okay, so to hit $600 at 60% range, I need to be above $1,000. Just state an assumption you have made in your calculation. Okay, so let's see. Okay, if I were to sell it at $1,000, okay, so $1,000 sell 3 cents. Okay, so that means 1,000 divided by 300 means we can sell at $3.33, aka $3.40.